Welcome to Netsurit AI Insights in Practice. I am Nikhil Patel, and today we're going to look at different AI models and their strengths. Secure AI powered by HATS gives us access to many of those models, but we do not always have to choose one ourselves. With the ability of using auto performance, Secure AI can route the work, but it cannot define the business outcome. That part still belongs to us. Auto performance evaluates each message as it's submitted. It considers what you are asking, how complex the task appears, and whether files or tools are involved. It then routes the request with the models and policies approved by your organization. Because routing happens message by message, different requests in the same conversation may be handled differently. For example, let's attach an AI training proposal and begin with a simple request. Review this proposal and tell me what you think. We're going to keep the prompt simple. It doesn't have full context, doesn't have the what, the why, the when, the who, any tone or how the output should be built. Auto can choose a model for that request, but the prompt leaves AI to guess what matters, who the response is for, and what kind of answer would be helpful. A model can process the work, but you still need to define the goal, the audience, the relevant context, source boundary, and expected format. So let's continue our example. Let's start a new chat session, and improve that same request that we had before. Instead of the simple context prompt we had, we're going to go ahead and add and enhance it by indicating context. Notice as it's running that, as it's processing that, I didn't change the file. It's the same proposal that was before. And auto performance is still handling the model selection. What changed was the definition of the work. What we asked AI to do, we provided additional context. We provided guardrails. We provided specific details in how it should produce that output. The second prompt gives AI a purpose, an audience, a clear evaluation criteria, a source boundary, and a useful format. That produces an outcome designed for a real business decision instead of just a generic opinion on give me a summary or give me what you think about this proposal. For most everyday work, auto performance is the best place to start. Manual selection matters when you need a specific capability, want consistent model behavior, or need to compare results. For example, based on what you see here, for fast everyday work, common options include GPT-5 Mini, Gemini 3.1 Flash Lite, and Claude Haiku 4.5. For balanced business work, you might consider GPT-5.1, GLM5, Claude Sonnet 4, and for deeper reasoning, examples include GPT-5.4, Gemini 3.1 Pro, or Claude Opus 4.8. The thing to understand here is that specialized tasks may call for a purpose-built models such as Kimi 2.7, Kimi K2.7 code, Qwen 3 Coder Next, or Nano Banana image models. These are examples, not necessarily fixed rankings. You want to choose based on the capability and outcome you need, not simply the model name or its popular use in social networking. Now we have an executive briefing. The next step requires a specific capability, turning that result into a visual deliverable. For this instance, I'm going to select manually Nano Banana 2 and use this prompt. Use this executive briefing above and create a 16:9 infographic. This is where manual selection has a clear purpose. Auto handled the analysis, better instructions shaped the business outcome. Manual selection provided the specialized image capability for the final deliverable. In this case, you could start as an overall view. You can start with auto performance, define the outcome, provide the context, then select manually when the next step requires a specific capability. To summarize, auto can choose the model. You define the outcome. Again, this is Nikhil Patel. Thanks for attending. This has been a Netsurit AI Insights in Practice. Hope to see you at the next session.